Hey team, do you want your car to go from
Alright, team, we back.
to looking like?
Looks like it's in there.
Well, stay tuned. All right, today team, we have a car stereo, the Binize Android 9.1 7-inch HD quad-core doubled in. Now, here goes the box right here. A few things about it. It does have the 7-inch, the 1080p HD screen. It is a cap active touchscreen with the multi-touch support, the built-in Bluetooth, the phone book, the ADT support with the music and the built-in Wi-Fi, the mirror link support. It does connect to the Android and the iOS. It has the built-in navigation, a built-in mic right on this screen, the built-in radio. A few other things in there. It does support driver recording video input, high-powered amps for this one. It has the built-in hi-fi stereo, and it does support the multi-language. So let's go ahead and crack this baby open. One of the first things that you will see when you open the box is the actual, my main man, Binize baby. And one of the things that the Binize baby will let you know is, please message us on Facebook and Instagram with your order ID to get 10% cash back. Facebook page is Binize, and then on the back it just tells you, congratulations for your purchase. You'll get the $10 cash back. Please support them on Facebook. Any problems, to message them at their Facebook or their Instagram, and it gives you the codes to get to their Instagram. Right here you got the bag, the actual operating manual. So you have the brackets here for support that you may or may not use. And you also have the harness that goes around the actual deck itself, and then the actual deck. What I like about these decks is that this one actually has the buttons lit up so that you can see it whether you have your lights on or off. And so just looking again here, giving you a good idea of what everything that comes in the box. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at are the components that come in the bag. The backup camera. This particular device comes with two USBs. This is the USB 1 and this is the USB 2. One is a 4-prong, one is a 6-prong. I don't really know the difference. Let me know in the comments below if you know the difference between the two. The next thing here are the wires for the speakers that you will wire up all of your speakers in the car with. It has all the colors that are pretty much color connected to what the colors are for your car. And then this is the audio and video output input that you will connect your different output and input from your amps and things in your car. The next thing that we have is the GPS antenna. With the GPS antenna, as you can see, it has the sticky thing where you can stick that in your glove box. I know some professional installers like to stick it right up front near the window or even on the window, and then you actually have that Android operating manual just to help set up everything and let you know that you're well on your way. You have the bracket screws that will help you screw in the brackets once you have it in your car. What we want to do next is boot the deck up from what they would call a cold start and just kind of see how long it does take to fully come up to the main operating screen, and we'll go from there. What I've seen with this one or with others is that this one actually does not take as long as some other ones I've seen to actually come up to the main screen from a cold boot or a cold start, just turning the car on. So once it's up, it actually looks like it's up, but then you see this to help improve accuracy and location. So you actually can choose to agree or disagree on this, and it'll take you to the main screen. And a couple of the things I want to do is just really test how responsive the screen is. So what I want to do is just tap on a few of the buttons, go to the Google Maps, just kind of swipe through, see how long it takes for the screen to actually pull up. I've connected this to the Wi-Fi in my home, which you can always connect it to the Wi-Fi on your car. I moved away from the Wi-Fi in the home just a little bit so I can try to get a good idea of how responsive the Wi-Fi is. So I pulled up Google Maps just to see how responsive the Google Maps is. So let's just take a look really quick. As you can see, the map is pretty responsive. It's loading up fairly quickly. You can see the different things in the area, in the city. I then pulled up YouTube just so that we could get a good idea of what that's looking like. And scrolled through. I went to the best page I know of, and it looks like it loaded up fairly quickly. Just testing the responsiveness of the actual screen. It looks like it's swiping up fairly quickly through YouTube. Let's check, see how quick it loads something up here. And this is, again, in real time. So it looks like it loaded that up fairly quickly. Let's try something else here. I wanted to go full screen to see if it was choppy, anything like that. Let's go ahead and try something else. So once again, just looking here to see how responsive the actual screen itself is. The buttons on the side, as you can see, fairly responsive. It didn't take much pressure to get the buttons on the side to respond, which is really good, especially when you're on the go and you're driving. So just wanted to test a few more things. I want to take a look at the settings in the actual deck here. So looking at the system info, these are all of the settings here, the volume settings, the brightness. Really just wanting to test to see how bright the screen is. And it definitely can get dimmer. Again, when you're in your car, a lot of times you may not want it as bright. And the backlight, obviously, that's when you have your lights on and things of that nature. So I'm actually in the house. I'm not able to view how the backlight is showing. Now, a couple other things. As we already set up the navigation for Google Maps, and as you can see, it will start up and always go to Google Maps. Here are some of the functionalities. And here's something interesting that I found. Depending on your car type, you can actually put logos on based on exactly what type of car you have. And I just wanted to scroll through these here just for a moment to kind of give you a feel, even if you feel like your particular car may not be in there. I was just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. There were actually a few more that I wasn't able to see, but as you can see here, it has a lot of foreign cars, and as well as domestic cars as well. So again, just really good if you want to put your logos in your car or on your deck, on your screen while you're driving, those sort of things. I thought this was very interesting. I just wanted to kind of really take a look at all of the different brands they had to offer. I was actually looking for Chevy, and I never really found Chevy, so I just stopped looking after a point. Now, one thing about it is you don't really have to press very hard. You really can be gentle with the screen and with the buttons. If you actually press too hard, it may come unresponsive. Now, a couple other things within the settings I wanted to take a look at. Again, as you can see, it is the Android 9.1 Android system is what they are saying. And as you can see, it has the factory settings, the car settings, the Android settings, the GPS detection, and volume settings. That code there was 8888, which is in the instruction manual. And going into these particular settings, I didn't mess with anything in here, but as you take a closer look, you can see that you really can tap in to the car audio system. Now, the next thing we want to do is take a look at the USB functionality. I have a USB device and I'm plugging it into one of the USB ports simply so that we can take a look at the functionality, the responsiveness of the buttons and the playback of the actual videos. A little bit of Phineas and Ferb here. Just taking a brief look at the playback. If you have kids in the car, one of the main reasons why I have cartoons on my USB stick. I am not watching this while I'm driving personally, but sometimes the kids may get unruly, and you may have to make sure they have something to watch. So the next thing is the car Bluetooth, or the Bluetooth functionality. As you can see, it shows up as car Bluetooth, and the code is 0000. Once it shows up in your phone, it'll also show up on the deck screen with the name of your phone itself, and it'll show up connected as input device on your phone. Now, me personally, when it comes to music, I actually use iHeartRadio, and as you can see, the iHeartRadio from my Android device connects very seamlessly to the deck. And when I go to change the station on iHeartRadio, it changes the station on the deck very quickly. The next thing we want to look at is the screen. And we want to see how the screen mirroring feature works. You scan the QR code, and once connected, you will be able to mirror your phone to the deck itself, and the things that you have on your deck, on your screen, of your Android device, you will then have on your deck, and you can scroll through the things. You can even view messages and different things on the deck if that's safer for you. Now, going through the settings, I wanted to show all the things that I had pulled up, and to see, even with so many things pulled up, how seamlessly it is to be able to remove things off of the screen, which was very simple. And one of the last things I wanted to do was I downloaded a game from the Android Play Store, and I wanted to see if it was lagging or if it would actually play for me. As I started it, it lagged just for a moment, but it seemed to run quite flawlessly through the rest of the gameplay. Once again, this is the Binize deck. If you've gotten this far, please like and subscribe, and please let me know what you thought about this deck. Thanks again for tuning in to another Nailman unboxing, and please stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for your time. Peace, light, and love to everyone tuning in. Have a good one, y'all.